Welcome to Make It Happen. We are excited to have you guys here. We are going to show you a presentation, and I'm really excited to be a part of this, and from the back end, and also now to be on the front end as a participant along with you guys. I've seen the slides, they look great, but I'm really excited to just be on this side and really take it all in as with you guys. So you guys are all going to stay muted throughout the process. If you have a question, just refrain if you can from the end, because they'll probably answer them throughout. And then we will have our guest join us with her part in this, and we're going to get this going. So Michele is going to be the one teaching us her method and how she makes things happen and how to be at the right place at the right time. We all know she makes things happen. So it's really cool that she's going to show us how she really does it, and we can really take this in. So a big thumbs up of who is ready for today. Give me 2 thumbs up, everybody. Amazing.
Hey everyone. So again, thank you for coming. Make It Happen is, I'm Michele Mupo, by the way. Obviously you guys know, but this course is actually recorded too for those who have not been able to see it yet. And this course was created to discover your power, your powerful style that you can actually create with your own method to getting everything you want in life and more. So let's digress in making it happen. First, you have to take a good look at yourself, okay? Because everybody has their own psychic muscles. And what you should ask yourself is, are you actually happy? Okay, write this down. Are you happy? Question mark. Do you have a fulfilling life, an abundant life, a prosperous life, a loving life? How do you feel when you take a look at those questions that I just asked? And some of you may not be happy. Some of you may be really happy. And then take a look. And what I suggest is that we're going to shake it up a bit, because you really need to change. Again, take a snapshot of the slide, or you can write it down. I feel that if you write it down and say it out to the universe, you're going to make it become, a reality. So do you truly believe that you can have everything you've ever wanted in life in a lifetime? And if so, why or why not? Okay. I want to take a good look at this and get, so that you can get everything that you want in life. Now, how does your life measure up? Again, are you happy? So in order to shake things up, we are going to go into the psychic muscles that you actually have in your brain. And I have faith, and I believe in myself, and I believe in you. So number one, we're going to ask this question. I want you to write it down. Do you truly believe you can have everything you've ever wanted in a lifetime? And if so, why or why not? And we're going to obviously get you these slides as well. The next question, I want you to make 3 wishes. Now, these wishes have to be, wishes that you've wanted. So it's first, second, and third. First, second, and third wishes. What do you want the most? What do you want second, obviously? And what do you want third? The first thing that comes to your mind is something that you want vividly right now. So after you're writing these 3 wishes, the third question. Obviously, how bad do you want it? But what emotional fears do you have that stop you from getting what you want? Number 3 is, what emotional fears do you have that stop you from getting what you want? Now, I'm going to give you an example. If you're afraid that you're smart enough, good looking enough, talented enough, or you don't have enough money, or let's just say, get the idea, list as many things that you can write right now. How bad do you want it? So your emotional fears, what are you afraid of? Is it because your hair wasn't done good or today, or I know some of you don't have hair, you know, you don't have enough money to buy clothing, whatever it is, write it down. Number 4, are you willing to do your part and all you can do to get what you want? Are you willing to do your part and all you can do to get what you want? Basically, are you willing to give something up to get to the next level? And I say that all the time. When you've completed these questions, reread your answers to the first 3. Can you see your own patterns? Are your fears stopping you? Does your belief in your possibilities of the universe and your own ability get in the way? Now, take a look at question 4. The question is, are you willing to do your part? Are you willing to give something up to get to the next level? If you had trouble answering that, then you're holding back. You're holding on to a false emotion. Or should I say false motion, that you have nothing to do with your future. Or maybe you just haven't been willing to invest as much time and energy in it as it would take to get to the next level. You know, to get to that next level where you need to be. Now is the time, because you guys showed up. So I believe and I have faith in you. So number 1 is believing in yourself. Write this down. I do believe that I can have everything I've ever wanted in this lifetime. Belief is the most crucial key to success and manifesting anything that you want. The universe hears your intention the moment and the minute that you put it into motion. Let's put it that way. And all you have to do is believe that it's possible, that you can actually have it and it's yours. So you're probably going to ask me, what if I can't get over my own fears? Or will I still be able to have everything everything I wanted? The answer is eliminating your fears are tough, right? But it's doable. And it's not possible for us to eliminate all of our fears all at once, but it's certainly to get them under control so that we can, don't have to take medicine or don't have to, something that doesn't make sense. Can I get a thumbs up, everybody? You get where I'm coming from? I'll give you a little example. I was on a bunch of medicine, a bunch of pain pills, a bunch of drugs when I was assaulted, right? And I'm not on it. I mean, I take my thyroid medicine and my happy juice, all plant-based, healthy stuff. Now, there are others that are thinking, well, if I really don't know what I want, and that's probably because I have no idea, why you're even here. You need to know what your purpose is. And how many of you, can I get an emoji, thumbs up? How many of you know what your purpose is in life? Do any of you know what your purpose is in life? So you need to decide to find your focus in life. And that may be a little challenging, but the power that you have basically lies in your own hands. Okay. So first you have to decide what it is that you want and then go for it. And I say this all the time, and you'll hear it many times throughout this course. Don't think, just do. And you need to decide to just do it. Once it's done, the rest of it will fall into place and it's your turn. Now look back at your life so far. Have you really given it the best that you've possibly given it? Think about it. What you need to do is forgive yourself and others for not getting everything you wanted or needed in the past, I should say. Write it down. Never worry about things and how they'll turn out, because no matter what happens, there's always a divine place in action. Does that make sense? And you're probably like, things happen to me all the time. I was assaulted. You brush it off. Like Lizzo says, let it go and start new. So whenever something bad happens that day, because things happen all the time that upset people, you just say, take a deep breath. And I know we've had people on there like Jill. I said, Michele, you don't even get mad. You don't even stay mad. I don't get mad. It takes a lot for me to get mad. And when I do, then everyone should clear the room. You need to be optimistic. Change your perspective. Let it go. Give it to God. Now I'm going to talk about something, and we're going to talk about New Year's resolutions. So one of our on New Year's Eve, everyone makes a resolution, right? And then most of us break it on New Year's Eve right before breakfast. Why is that? I'm going to give you the answer. It's because we never actually believe that we can have what it takes to succeed. They'll start a gym thing, and then they'll break it a month or a week down the road. Okay? If you're going to put the time and commitment into something, you got to give it your all. So we expect some mystical force to actually change us. The truth is that we have the power within us to make our dreams come true. And the key is change the way you think. Instead of expecting life to be the struggle and people, to be difficult or work to basically have you stuck in, you have to believe that you can change your life, and you will. Never worry about things and how they turn out. Know that no matter what happens, there is a divine place in action. And if you change who you hang out with, your friends, your relationships, and it's true, because if you're in a relationship and that relationship is holding you back from getting what you want, then it's your fault. It's not the person that you're in a relationship with. It's your fault for not making that change. It's a two-way street, right? Even with friends, with a loved one, it doesn't matter. If I see something in everybody, I see the future, okay? And I see things that happen, and I have dreams and they come true. And it's probably because I ground myself every day. We'll go through that at another time. You have to appreciate everything in life, because tomorrow is never promised. You have to find the hidden strings in your weakness. Look at it. We're going to find your hidden strengths in your weakness. I want you guys to take this exercise, accessing your talents and your abilities. With this, you're going to choose everyone that you believe you have within your own personality. Take a picture of this. Take your phones out, take a picture of this. I'll say them, and then you could write them down if that's too hard for you guys to do that. And I want you to seriously choose the ones that you believe in your own personality. Now, you could write them in a journal and then circle them, but you got to be honest about yourself. We're going to go with the first one. Patient. Are you patient? Are you warm? Are you spiritual? Are you good with children? Are you good with people? A good communicator? Are you loving? Are you wise? Are you good with the earth? Assertive, psychic, enthusiastic, happy, artistic, analytical, good with numbers, good with animals. That would definitely be me. Tenacious, wise, loyal. Are you a good achiever? Are you sensitive? Are you outgoing, creative, analytical, good with your hands? Are you a quick thinker? Are you strong? Are you a good listener? Are you honest? Are you good at business? Are you caring? Now, those are just a few things. You could always add more to it that you think you are. I'm going to pick somebody. And if you could just unmute, and then Em will mute you again. I want to hear from each and every one of you if you want to talk.
We'll start with Jojo.
Oh wow. I'm many things on here.
We'll just say them.
Patient, warm, spiritual, good with children, good with people, loving, wise. I'm good with the earth, assertive, enthusiastic, happy, artistic, good with animals, wise, very loyal, sensitive, good achiever, outgoing, creative, good with my hands, a quick thinker, strong, good listener, honest, good at, well, I'm caring.
Okay.
Okay, let's do Dr. Julie.
She's muted.
I'm not anymore, sorry. I would say patient, tenacious, loyal, outgoing, honest, good with people, quick thinker, good listener, caring, sensitive, creative, strong, and loving.
All right.
Okay, let's go to Tiffany.
Patient, warm, spiritual, good with children, good with people, good communicator, loving, wise, good with earth, assertive, enthusiastic, happy, artistic, good with animals, tenacious, loyal, good achiever, outgoing, creative, analytical, good with hands, quick thinker, strong, good listener, honest, good at business, and caring.
Let's go to Kathy. Mrs. Lane.
Yeah, I need to. Oh, okay. So I would say that I'm good with children. I'm loving. I'm wise. I'm psychic. I'm definitely enthusiastic. I'm happy. I'm analytical. I think I'm pretty sure I'm tenacious. I'm loving. Out of those, I know those, I have those traits.
And why would you not say you're good with numbers?
I am good with that. That to me was the analytical part.
Okay. Okay. And you are a quick thinker.
Yes, I am a quick thinker.
Okay, so you're a good listener. I can name just about everything on you, Kathy, that I see. See what I'm saying? You guys are missing things.
Right. Okay.
So look at it. Like you're wise. Obviously, what did you do? You invented the damn TurboTax software. So you're obviously smart and good with numbers, right?
Right.
You're good with the earth because you know you're healthy and you used to play tennis every day before
pandemic came along. Yes.
Yeah. You're assertive, you're a good achiever. So you're a lot more things than you're putting in there. Okay. The key is you guys have to believe in yourself. Now, I want you guys to embrace your power. Okay. Because the hardest thing that people can do is actually accept their greatness. I found out that one of the hardest things that people do is they need to recognize and accept everything that they have the power of. You know, when you're having a bad day, write down right now everything that you've accomplished that you're proud of. And the reason I'm saying this is sometimes I get down on myself because I'm human. And then I go to Jill's and then I think, hey, you know what? I have awards. I have gold and platinum albums. I have guitars, drum sets. I have everything I really want except for a monkey. And the only reason why I don't have a monkey is because I've seen that they rip people's faces off. You know what I mean? And they snap. So that's probably the only reason why. And I don't want to change diapers. I'm not a diaper changer, but maybe that's why I like Jason Momoa so much, because he reminds me of a monkey. Who the hell knows? But I'm saying because he's feral. You know what I mean? That wildness. You got to be wild. You got to just do. Don't think. Now, if you believe that we were all a part of a greater force of energy, then we can actually accomplish just about anything. You know, you've heard the saying rags to riches, right? In Hollywood stories. Well, the key is actually accepting who you are, what you are right here and right now. Accept it, own it. You have strengths and you have weaknesses. Recognize your strengths. What you do and do it well. And what you don't do. Give me something that somebody wants to do. Something that they've dreamed about but never have done. One person.
Let's ask Jeffrey.
Do a TED Talk.
That's easy. That's easy to accomplish. We could actually make that happen. When we do a 30-minute Zoom, I could show you what you need to do that. And they'll come to you. You don't have to come to them. Anyone else? I want like an astronomical thing.
I'll go. So, you know, one of my goals is to be on the Oscar red carpet in a green dress, an emerald green dress.
Okay, well, you're almost you're coming there because you're doing everything I'm telling you to do. So you're getting closer. But a year ago or 2 years ago, did you ever think that you were going to accomplish so much in the short amount of time knowing me?
No.
Where did you think you were going to be?
Still probably doing what I was doing before.
Okay.
Just writing it out. Yeah.
And I know Lovey wants to say something. What do you want to do, Lovey?
My big BHAG is I want to own a lifestyle retreat to help others heal and grow just like we are on a daily with small steps. That's my big goal.
That's beautiful and that's very accomplishable, and it could be a TV show.
Yes.
Okay. It can. That's easy. The question is, who are you right now? That's what you have to do. You have to change your perspective. Who are you right now? And where do you see yourself 3 months from now? Where do you want to be? Let's put it that way. Not where you see yourself. Where do you want to be? Obviously, I'm going to be going through, the next 30 days. I'm going to be texting you and we're going to have accountability, and I'm going to teach you guys how to set up your goals the way I do, because I don't care who the hell teaches this. I seriously get everything I want in life. And you know what's funny? I wanted well, I'll get into that story, but remind me about the pink Escalade that I wanted and I don't have, because I've always wanted something more. I realized that that's one of my cars that I wanted, but I've had literally over 20 cars in my day, literally. Not because of, it's really because my grandfather owned a used car dealership. Now, so you guys could take a picture of that. Believe that you can change in your life, and you have to wanna. You have to believe in yourself. You have to have faith. You have to let go and give it to God. And I know this story is hard to accept. When you're on your last dime and rent is due, you have to trust me. Stop worrying about paying the rent. Stop worrying about everything. Trust and believe in God, because God gives you everything you need in life. And for those of you who don't believe in God, you need to start believing in something higher up. If you have faith, the opportunities will become available. And a lot of times people will take the opportunities, right? Or the opportunities will come to them because the door is knocking. What they're not doing is they're not opening up that door and walking through. Don't worry about people rejecting you. Have faith that they're going to accept you. When I do cold calling and I call somebody, it may take 30 times before I call somebody, but they will respond back to me and I will get their attention because I don't quit. Do you ever notice that when you start to have a bad day and the rest of the day gets worse instead of better, the one negative thing that's happened in the morning, like maybe spilling milk or not being able to start your car, it began a chain reaction, right, for the rest of the day. So the angrier or more annoyed you get, it gets worse and the solution happens, right? The faster they multiply, bad things start to happen. What you need to do when that happens, and I'm saying this because this is one of the main roots of why people can't have a good life. They need to let it go. So what you need to do is say, hey, this shit happened. Okay, today, it just happened. Own it, whether you're right or whether you're wrong. Say, oh, shit, I spilled milk. Okay, but you know what? Think positive. The rest of the day is going to be awesome because you're getting the bad stuff. You got to look at it this way, out of the way first so that you could have a better day and end it in a better outcome. And when I say that, that's what I do. It's one thing that I definitely do. If someone gets mad at me, you take a deep breath. They're not mad at me. They're mad at themselves. You guys need to realize that. Suppose you ask a loved one to come into your life and you've got got this idea of a perfect mate, sensitive, strong, rich, beautiful. Sounds good, right? Now, just how easy is it to draw this wonderful person to your life? Do you think it's a small task or a great one? Do you think, hey, this small task is actually too big for the task and it determines, you're determining in your head, hey, this is going to take forever. You got to visualize it. It's all about timing too. Your timing is very important. You need to be patient. Wait for the right time to come along. You have to believe, have faith. And in other words, you'll get everything you want when all the factors and all all the components are in place. So all the pieces of the puzzle will actually fit together. It's all about the span of your energy that creates the lifetime of your dreams when your dreams come true. The factors evolve around, they arrive and they evolve around you and come together in a particular moment and no sooner. So 3, you got to be patient. 4, other words. They're the most powerful thing. Every single request that you make to the universe is absolutely answered. And I'm not trying to scare you, but I'm attempting to get to you. And I'm talking about this because we're going to do exercises with this. And it's going to be pretty interesting. Your words become things. If you say anything negative about yourself, it's in there in the universe. So you have to be very careful. Like, I'll give you an example. And this is crazy. My dad, right? He's got this rare disease and they say he's dying and he has anywhere from 3 months to 3 years to live and he's in a lot of pain. And my mother, he's not the nicest person to get along with. And the thing is that all this stuff that's happening to him is happening to him because he said shit out into the universe, like wishing me dead all the time, every day, wishing me dead, saying I shouldn't be. But you know what? He doesn't realize that I'm a part of him. So he helped create this monster that I am. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that, whether it's getting beat up or getting abused, whether you're a childhood, whether, you know what? You wrote it in your chart before you came down. You're here. Life is a lesson to be learned. It really is something we're going to get through. Because I think a lot of times what you think too is a thought. What you guys need to do is really be grateful. And when I say grateful, that's number 5, right? It's one of the final concepts that you have to understand. For every bad thing that happens, you have to be grateful that it did happen. Like, I'm grateful that I was assaulted and I couldn't walk and I'm permanently disabled. I'm really grateful for that. You know why? Because you have to look at the things like, I could have been dead and I would have been dead because I was hanging out with the wrong people. I meditate, I write my goals down, and I'll go through that in steps. But you have to understand your essence of your return intention. Decide an aspect of your present reality that you would like to change. Put it in a sentence. We have an exercise that we're going to do. The hardest things that people do right now is accept their greatness. With this little exercise, I'm going to give you an example. So, number one is decide on an aspect of your present reality that you would like to change. Number two is put a sentence, a special meaning in your own words, your own examples. Like, I want to get rid of my asthma and pay $1,500 a month or whatever for your rent, whatever it is. We're going to go through that. But what I want to do is, I lost a little bit of, I lost a lot of myself. And when COVID happened, I started to gain myself back because it was a wake-up call. I'm going to take a second. So now that you guys have written down your desire and what you want to discover, your true essence of your intention, I want you guys to take a picture of this. Let me know when everyone takes a picture of this, because this exercise that we're going to do at Roya, it's almost going to be like a talk show game.
That sounds fun. So fun.
So I'm going to be the want and Roya is going to be the intentions, just in case you guys were just doing it this way in easy layman's terms, so you get the idea. So Roya, I want to get rid of my asthma.
The way to speak to the universe is they hear the word. Your brain hears a word and interprets it not as you want or don't want, just interprets it as is. So instead you would say, I'm grateful, as if it's already happened. I'm grateful for the full breath of air I take into my healthy lungs.
I'm grateful for the full breath of air I take into my lungs.
What else do you want, Michele?
I want to pay off all my credit cards this year.
All right. So all the brain would hear is credit card. But your true intention is, I'm grateful for my debt-free life and abundant cash flow.
And I am grateful for my debt-free life and abundant cash flow. Now, the reason I'm repeating this is because I'm putting it out into the universe. Not only would I write it down, right, Roya, but I would put it out to the universe.
And you would feel the feeling. So you know how they talk about, everyone who watched The Secret back in the day, right? They were the first to introduce like, ooh, intention. But then they didn't remember to add that we actually have to do something about it. And we have to remove subconscious blocks in case. So if you're ever saying something and you can't quite see it, the clue is you're not going to get it. So you need to adjust maybe a little bit less so you can see it, feel it, as if it's happened. Don't worry, you'll get your ultimate goal. You've got to be grateful for the next step now as if it's happened.
We're going to also talk about faith, patience, and gratitude.
So before we go into rewiring subconscious, I want to help us get a little bit of energy. And if you've got to go to the bathroom really quick, you won't want to miss this portion of the talk show, as Michele just said. So we're going to stand up and Qigong a little bit. Anybody familiar with Qigonging? It's a Chinese method of breaking up that body. So you can stay seated in your chair if you can't get up well, or you can stand up. We're going to just create a little bit of movement. This is the time to go to the restroom if you need to. You're going to cup your hands in a round cup, not slap your body, but you are creating energy and circulation. We're going to start at the ankle and we're going to smack from the ankle up to the end of the thigh. Again, smack, smack, smack. Now go from the top of the thigh and underneath and smack all the way down, keeping your hands cupped, waking up the leg. And do the same thing for the other leg. Boom, boom, boom. And on the outsides, wake it up, stay cupping. Now we're going to do the slap on the top of the shoulder. Ooh, this one feels good. All the traps, relax your trap while you're doing it. Give yourself a big pat. Remember to keep your hand cupped. Same thing on the other side. Now we're going to go down the arm. Smack, 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 and underneath. Smack, smack, smack. Now go under the armpit. Wake up those lymphatic systems and go down the side. All right, go to the other arm. Same thing, go down. underneath and back up. Hit the lymphatics, head down. And this is my favorite part because we all sit too much. Bend over and smack that lower back. Smack that lower back. And if you want to give your behind a little wake up, you can do that too. All right. Who feels a little more circulation? Now, good. Remember, oxygenation allows imagination. I'm going to say that again. Oxygenation allows for imagination. You see, when you're breathing just at your regular pace, you have enough breath just to do your normal functioning. But if you want to have higher level of thinking, you have to oxygenate first. So that's a really big tip for you guys. I have a lot of things to say about breath, but oxygenation opens up for imagination. All right. So, Michele, have you already pre-chosen someone, or should we do that at this time?
Well, so you want to pick someone to rewire?
Or ask for a volunteer? Yeah.
I would say Dr. Julie.
Dr. Julie. Where's Dr. Julie? Dr. Julie. Hey, Dr. Julie.
Hello, Roya. How are you?
I love your signature on the front there.
Oh,
That
thank
looks
you.
fabulous. So, Dr. Julie, you can say yes or you can say no. What we will be doing is helping you with a space and a place or a moment in time in your life that you have felt sad about, stuck about, or you might have a pain even in your body that just continues to live there and you don't know why. Now, I will admit, you guys, this is my first time that I've done it in a live group. And typically we do some lead up. But Dr. Julie, I don't think you were chosen by accident. And what I could probably imagine is that you are hungry self-learner and love to make sure you have the highest version of yourself. So you're probably more open and ready than some people might be.
And I don't even know why I picked her, because I just, my spirit guide told me.
There you go.
There we
Julie,
go.
Dr. Julie, how do you feel about that?
I'm happy for the opportunity.
Okay. We would have to be honest, and we're not going to go into a lot of detail, but you will have to share what feelings are in your body. I'm going to ask you for a description to get into it. And then I'm going to ask you your real thoughts about that time and moment. And then I'm going to help you move through it. Everyone on here that watches, I'm going to ask you, because this is, if Julie decides she wants to go forward, that you can keep the awe public, but the details private. Okay. The awe can be public, but the details of what Julie would say would be private, because we would want the same for ourselves. How many of y'all can make a promise that if she decides to go forward, you're willing to go, wow, this amazing transformation happens, but you don't have to tell the details of what her story was. Yeah. Okay. Julie, how do you feel about that?
I'm fine with that. I very rarely have a whole lot to hide. I don't share.
Sorry, Dr. Julie, but my spirit guide was talking to me.
Well, I thank you, and thank you for your spirit guide, and I'm grateful for that.
Roya, she's very shy at the meetings. So the real, people that always ask questions are like someone like Tanya, Suzanne, Jeffrey, Tiffany asks questions, Jojo a lot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she's very quiet.
All right.
Which is not my nature.
So, Dr. Julie, can I call you Julie?
Sure, just call me Julie.
Awesome. So, Julie, is there a thing that's kind of top of mind, or would you like for me to ask you a specific question that might bring up a moment that
I'd like you to guide, please.
Okay. All right.
I have some thoughts possible, but I'd like to hear because you're the expert here.
Well, it depends what your body is wanting. So I will ask you this question if you have a different direction you'd like to go.
Sure.
And then I ask this question, if you've not dived into this before, is because when we are first developing between 0 and 7, the most subconscious wirings happen because we are like a sponge. We take everything in as it is, as it always has been and must be for everyone else. We don't have filters of interpretation. We just take it. And it can unconsciously rule the view of our life for the rest of our life until we get really clear about it. So my question would be, Julie, what is one of your worst, earliest memories?
Okay. I'm
going to take notes, by the way.
Okay, no problem.
And I look up on my other screen when I do that. So you,
I'm going to look into the camera just so that I can pay attention to what I want to say.
Wonderful.
I would say probably the most salient memory of my childhood, and I think probably has influenced a lot of things, was, and I'm going to also admit and state for the record that it's important that everybody understand that these are childhood memories, and children have a different belief system, and over the years, who knows how many times that belief has been changed, but I think it's salient nonetheless. Okay, so here's the
I love that term, salient.
Love it. Quick story. It was my birthday. I was going to be 5, and back in the day, you always had a birthday party and you invited your little friends. And my mother had this fabulous birthday party. At the time, it was a fabulous birthday party. Nowadays, you do all kinds of other stuff. But basically the gist was go and eat something and go to watch a movie. And the movie happened to be Santa Claus versus the Martians. So you can see how old I really am. Nonetheless, the grades came out a couple days before my party was supposed to be. And my mom said, I can still remember this, sitting in the car. And she says, I am so disappointed in you. You do not deserve a party. And furthermore, the only reason that you're getting a party is because the invitations, back then they wrote the invitations out, went out, and we can't cancel the party. So you're not going to enjoy this party. You're not going to enjoy this party. I remember saying it. And I lived that whole day understanding that I did not deserve anything. I was not worthy. And I didn't have a good time. And it was my birthday. Henceforth, many of my birthdays are about the same. I don't really enjoy them that much. Other things in my life are the same. I don't deserve them because I'm not worthy of them. No matter what I accomplish going forward, I'm not worthy, and I don't deserve to have something positive happen. So I think that probably that one memory, I think, really clouded a lot of my life for a very long time. It still remains, because I can see I'm very emotional when I talk about it.
Yes. This was a perfect one for you to bring up. Perfect.
When that one came up, the spirit guide told me so.
You said so. You did so good. Okay. Can you guys feel that heaviness? And as any parent, things like that could happen. And so, Julie, it doesn't make it any less severe. So I'd like for you to put both feet on the floor right now where you're sitting. And preferably if your shoes are off, that's better. It's called grounding, and wiggle your toes a little bit.
That's a quick fix. No problem.
Perfect. Okay. Now, if you could sit up straight and access your diaphragm, that's where 70% of the oxygen lives. Now it's just going to be you and I in that moment. Okay. So I'd like for you to close your eyes, and everyone remain muted, please, except for Julie and myself. All right, Julie, go ahead and close your eyes and take a deep, intentional breath down into your diaphragm and give it the oxygen that it needs, and then relax it down. Exactly, doing so perfectly. And now I'd like for you to take another intentional breath, and this time breathing in all the love in the universe and the covering in this moment, knowing that everything that's about to happen is a gift to you, because of you, and for you. And then exhale any self-doubt. So inhale the love And exhale any self-doubt. Wonderful. Now, I'd like for you, in the best of your capacity, to put your body, even if you need to come off the chair, in the position that your body was in that memory when you're sitting in the back seat of the car and your mom is telling you how disappointed she is in you. Put your posture the way your posture would have been. And your face expression the way your facial expression would have been. And I'd like you to actually even try to breathe the way you would have been breathing when she told you, Julie, I am so disappointed in you. You don't deserve to have a party. And the only reason we're having a party is because the invitations have already gone out, Julie. And you're not going to enjoy that day. I want you to put your expression the way that it would have been, your body the way it would have been, and the breathing. Now, without saying anything, I'd like for you to now take a deep breath and ask yourself in your mind, what was my perspective at that time? And when you have your perspective, don't say it out loud, just give me a nod. Wonderful. Now, I'd like for you to go into the body of your mother as if you are her, as if you grew up like her, and was in the life that she was in that moment to the best of your ability. And to ask yourself as your mother, what was my perspective as the mom? And then when you're ready and take your time, give me a nod. Now, I'd like for you to take that moment, and you can see everything that you saw, and you find yourself in the car like you found yourself in the car. And I even want you to remember, if you can, the color of the car, or at least the interior, and what your mom looked like at the time. And now I'd like you to take an aerial view, like you have just floated up above everything. And we're going to go with the illusion that everything, the good, bad, the indifferent, and the ugly, is a gift to you. That if God, the universe, higher power, higher intelligence was actually here to help you elevate your soul to the next level, and that we only get that by contrast, that's why our bodies came to earth, because there is positive and negative, there's light and dark. And we get the ability to know what's good by seeing what's bad. What could be the gift from universe, from God, from higher intelligence? You don't say it out loud yet. What was God's, I'm going to say God for my verbiage. What was God's perspective as a gift for you in that moment? And just sit with that. Could possibly have been the leverage point for you. And take your time, and when you're ready, you'll open your eyes. Okay. So tell me, Julie, what was your perspective?
As a kid, 5, 6 years old, I didn't even care or think about it. So
It didn't drive deep into you, you just accepted it? Or were you really sad?
I mean, the whole incident, no, it really hurt.
Yeah, so you were hurt and sad, yeah?
Yeah, I would say hurt, sad. Most children want to make their parents proud of them. I don't think
Embarrassed?
Embarrassed. Yeah, I would say. I don't think I ever, even my mom died at 66. I don't think my mom ever was proud of me at all. I don't feel that way. I mean, my dad says the opposite, but she passed away, and a long time ago. But I don't think I ever made her happy or proud of anything I did, no matter what it was.
So you were hurt, you were sad, you're embarrassed, and maybe shocked.
All those.
Okay. And what do you think your mother's perspective could have been? If you were your mother, what was her perspective?
In retrospect, she did the best she knew how with the skills, talents, and abilities she had. She wanted to have the kid that that was the envy of the neighborhood, or, that was the shine, the kid that shined, either if I couldn't be a ballerina, or I couldn't be this, or I had to be a smart one, or I had to be a singer, or well, she didn't want me to be a singer because that's why I wanted to do that too. But she wanted me to be, make her proud and be an achiever and do.
Okay, so that's intellectual. Go deeper. Why did she need that as her?
Because she didn't do that, and her father, who was a physician, and her mother, who was a nurse, almost like a nurse practitioner back in the even before that, I think both of them, there was a plan for her to go to Rochester, New York, to go to University of Rochester, where my grandfather had gone, make something of herself. She had no desire to be an academic. She had no desire to finish her degree. She didn't. She wanted to, have a family, and here was her thing. She wanted to have a marriage and a family, and here I was, the kid that was the disappointment. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to.
So tell me correct this.
Mhm,
So what
sure.
I'm hearing you say is that there is a hole in my mother's heart of being a disappointment to her parents, and she was still trying to fill that void. And since she chose the path that she chose, the one place that she could maybe make her parents proud still was through my achievements.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think so. Very much so.
Okay. And then what was God's would you say God, the universe, higher
That's fine.
intelligence?
That's
God,
fine.
what was God's perspective?
Maybe to make me a better person. I think I've always been, at the time I didn't understand it, but now it's like I work as hard as I do, probably harder than most, to achieve things, to help other people, to do whatever I need to do. I think that determination, that tenacity comes to me honestly, and I'm grateful for that, because a lot of things that I would have never achieved had I not had that tenacity and that work.
Awesome. So that moment gave you determination and tenacity beyond your nature at the time,
Because I was a lazy kid.
to make yourself the doctor that you are and the servant person that you are today.
Somewhat, yeah.
Somewhat. Okay. It was a drive.
Yeah, I think so, but I still think that I have gone to the extreme of not ever being satisfied with anything I do achieve.
Okay.
And just to add to it, I ended up marrying that as well. So that, so I relived it once again, because the universe was trying to teach
The
me
energy that you have, and so you keep
and I didn't
attracting
learn to listen. So I
more
married
people. Okay. So what if, Julie, let's play the what if game. What if you did not have that armor? We're going to call it the armor that was put on your skin at that time to go out into the world with the more tenacity and determination than you would have had. What if you did not have that? Do you think you would become a doctor?
Not at my age, no.
Okay.
Because I did it as a second career. So yeah.
Okay. So it
grateful for
served something. Yeah.
it did.
Now, here's what ends up happening. So we can see that this catapulted you to where you are today. They gave you the motivation, the drive, the fundamental foundation to go, all right, I'm going to figure out how to be enough here.
Mhm.
Someday I'm going to find it, although it falls short.
Yeah.
Always, but someday I'm going to find it. So with that someday, you keep climbing and you keep climbing and you keep climbing. Yes.
Yeah,
Now,
and I keep working, but I still feel I fall.
now here's what happens to most people. They keep the armor on that once served them, because as a child, you don't have any other recourse but to survive. So you needed to put that suit of armor on. It served you well in the household you were brought up in. It gave you the ability to have the thick skin that you needed. And then we don't know how to shed the armor so that we can expand. So I want you to imagine that here you were climbing the caterpillar up the tree, and you had to put a cocoon on yourself to keep safety. And your cocoon was, I'm going to be more determined and more tenacious than anybody else around me so that my mother's and other people's words can't hurt me, because I know that I am going to figure it the frick out.
Yep.
But now how do you feel? You feel stuck. You feel caged. You feel burdened. You have these wings that you know need to expand, but you don't know how to break free of them. Right?
All the above.
So if we could begin today, Julie, with, would you be willing to allowing a peek through, knowing that you could be safe, to allow this cocoon to break a bit, to imagine that you have wings that are waiting to expand. And if they did, and you let go of that armor that once kept you safe and transition it into a super cape so that you could be vulnerable and impenetrable, would that be something you could sign up for?
I'd love to get rid of all the armor for sure. Absolutely. Because there's so much more I could be doing.
There's so much more. And this is a first layer. Let's go into this first layer, okay? We're going to go back, and you're doing so great, by the way. How many of you guys can relate to some of these things that she's sharing right now? Mm-hmm.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, we're going to go back into that moment. I'd like you to close your eyes one more time. I'd like you to sit in that car. I want you to look around, and you can see the color of the interior. What color is that interior?
Black.
And you can see your mother sitting in front of you?
She's beside
Or
me.
she beside you? Back then, we could sit in the front seat, couldn't we, when we were 5?
Back in the day, you could sit in the front. There was no, sorry.
Yeah. So
In the
you're
big
sitting in that front seat in the black interior car, and you can see out the windows, and you can see your little legs and your hands. Okay. So look all around for me, Julie, and you interpret yourself as not being enough, never being quite good enough or worthy, right? You use the words, I'm not worthy enough. So where, as you look around that car and you look at your mom beside you and you look at your little legs dangling and you look out the windows, where do you see the words, Julie is not worthy?
Nowhere.
You can't physically see them out in reality.
Nope.
Why can't you physically see the words, Julie is not worthy, out in reality?
Because they're a figment of my imagination, for sure.
You made up that meaning.
Sure, I did.
Awesome. So if you possibly made up the meaning, Julie is not worthy, what could be 3 other interpretations instead of I'm not worthy? What could be 3 other interpretations?
Julie should get her act together and get her grades up.
All right. So it's just a momentary, like, oh, maybe I should make grades important if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Part of that. Okay. What else?
And no matter what I do or don't do, I'm still part of the family. And if this time I didn't do something that would make people proud or happy or whatever, there's a next time. There's other times that I could do something else or do something different. Maybe this isn't my thing.
Awesome. So I could get my grades up, and then no matter what I do or don't do, I'm still a part of the family, and I could there's another time to do something different. Before we go to the third one, I'd like for you to tell me, when you were thinking of that feeling before, tears welled up, I would say that the feeling was probably, would you agree, a 9 or a 10 in the intensity? Okay.
So, yeah.
Where, if you can, because we haven't gotten to 3 yet, where can you still feel that feeling in your body? of that disappointment, of that non-worthiness?
It's really a lot. It's a lot lighter. It's a more matter of fact feeling, like it happened. It's not something I should be worried about anymore. I should
Okay,
let it
so it's
go.
not a 9 or 10. And where is it in your body still? Or physically?
I would say probably my heart is probably
Heart. Put your hands on your heart. What number would you give that on a scale of 1 to 10 in intensity at this time?
I'd say probably 4.
So it's went from a 10, 9, 10 to a 4 scale. Awesome. And can you give it a color and a shape?
Explain that. Give
Oh,
what?
if you could
what am I
give that intensity, that pain,
Oh,
a color, what color would it be?
I would say, I'd say blue.
And what shape would it be?
Round, I guess.
Round. Okay, awesome. Okay, now as you focus on this color blue and this round shape and your heart space, what would be a third interpretation that could be an empowering interpretation to you that God gifted you?
There's an enormous amount of opportunity out there. And I just have to look and keep looking until I find what really is important to me. And as parents, if I can, show some proclivity or interest or whatever, I'll be supported in that, because families are like that.
There's a lot of opportunities, and I get to look and find what's important to me. So up until this point, I'm surmising that you've done a lot of things you think are important to other people. And that's why you feel empty. Mhm. So if you could look at that color blue that's round on your heart, and you could now make it a color that is beautifully pleasing to you, that encompasses self-love and self-care. Color would you change it to?
No offense to the spirit guide, but fuchsia
Beautiful.
or hot pink if you want to go that way.
Self-love is your fuchsia color. Awesome. And if your heart was fuchsia color,
Sorry.
and the shape, would it remain round or would it change?
I think it's more fluid. It's more melted.
Melted.
So it's not really a shape. It's sort of like blob.
Beautiful. So if you could imagine that shape melted and fuchsia, and now take your little girl, the 5-year-old little girl who's interpreting, I am not worthy. And you could walk up to that little girl with your fuchsia heart in a melted shape. And you could see the blue around her heart and the circle that it's kind of compressed into. And you could walk up to her and you could open that car door and you could put your hand on her heart. What would you tell her now, thanking her for all of the things that she's done to get you to this point? And what would you tell her she is now and able to be now?
I think I would say you're a good human being. Don't forget what God has made. And the world is open if you remain open. Don't close yourself off. Don't think anything less of yourself, because you can do whatever you put your mind to.
Take a breath and give her a hug or a kiss, your choice. Thank her for all the things that she's done for you, and tell her she's done her job and she can go now. because you're going to take over.
Is that out loud?
Whatever your choice is.
Thank you, little one. Don't know how much I've held on to you for so long.
Mm.
And you've made me remember why I've been hurting for so long. And I'm sure I'll see you in another journey, a lot older, a little bit wiser. But it's time for you to take my mom by the hand
Mm.
and just tell her that you love her and care for her, no matter what she thinks or what she says. Because she was doing the best she could based on what she knew at that time as a parent. And I forgive her, and you should forgive her too, and let her go. And you can now go and play with the other kids and not have to worry about me anymore, because I'm okay.
When you're ready, and take your time, when you're ready to see her goodbye, you can open your eyes.
Bye.
Now feel your heart and where that pain was. Let's take a couple of breaths first. Give your breathe in love. And breathe out any disappointment. Breathe in love. And breathe out fear. Breathe in love. Breathe out peace. Breathe in love. Breathe out contentment, contemption.
I knew what you meant.
Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, what does that intensity feel like in your heart?
The upset or the other part?
The upset.
I'd say probably a 1, maybe a 2. 1.
So good. So the final part is going to go away when you get off this call, Julie, and I want you to write what you experienced and send her one more love from your mind through your hands. Your subconscious will let out the rest.
Okay.
You did great. You went from a 9-10 to a 1-2. And you guys,
Amazing.
a round of applause.
Thank you.
Do that today, Julie. Give yourself that gift to wrap it in a bow for yourself, and you'll release it all. Amazing.
I'm looking at everyone and I see tears in everyone's eyes and everyone doing their own work. And, this is a family. And I always say, if one falls, we all fall. And you could look at it as, hey, it's a make it happen, but look at it as a breakfast club, because we're starting to learn about each other. And when you start to accept people for who they are and not try to change them, that's when your life is going to get better. We're going to talk, Roy and I are going to talk. I'm going to talk about visualization and how it's helped me. And as it says, don't think, just do. Visualize every night before. So my thing is, when I get up, obviously I am very grateful that I woke up, because tomorrow's never promised, right? So I write things down. I have meditation music on all night long when I sleep. I don't know if it's because I need noise, but I think the energy, like I was listening to 500 last night. The night before I was listening to 7 in the 7s. The thing is, you have to determine how you're feeling that night. and what you want to happen the next day and put that music on. Right? So try it. I want you guys to try it. But what I do is obviously I meditate for at least an hour because it takes me quite a bit to get out of bed. And I go through everything that I'm grateful for. Now, when you're visualizing before you go to bed, because obviously when you write down your goals, in the morning, I write down my astronomical goals for 1 minute. Then what I do is, and I get vivid. So I'll put the date, the time. I put sometimes how the weather is. And the way that I do it is, it's how do I word this? I do it in a reality of it's as if it's present tense. So for instance, I put that I wanted to do make it happen. I didn't think about it. I just put it out there, and then I followed through, and I had to get M to help me with slides and get Roy involved and everything else. Don't think, just do. You guys signed up for a TV show. Some of you didn't sign up for a TV show. Some of you just want to be a part of Mupo. That's fine, but this is a family where we have to be open with one another. So in the middle of the day, I take my journal and I write down stuff that I can accomplish in 2 weeks. Okay. And the night before, I don't know if you guys can see this. This is my planner. It has tracking. It has goals. It has future planning, communication. It has notes that you could put down. It has it has everything. It's probably one of the best planners out there. Yeah, it's a little bulky, but it looks like a Bible. Comes in a leather thing. Okay. What I do is I'll write down in that what's going to happen the next day in pen. And I have a monthly calendar and I have a daily calendar. The monthly calendar I do in pencil because I can always change the dates there. It's the night before when I write it in pen that I have to complete it. Okay. Goals is a major part of actually visualizing what you want to do. So when I visualize something, like I'm going to visualize right now being on a yacht. I have no idea where it is. I'm assuming it may be Florida, Miami. I don't know, because I want to stay in the country of the USA. I'm going to imagine visualizing how hot and sunny it is. Let's see if a year or two, if it happens, because now when I visualize it, I didn't give it a date. Did you see that? So if I give it a date, it's going to come quicker, more, faster than you've ever, I don't know if quicker is a word, but faster than you've ever imagined. Okay. Like I'll say it's a snowy, wet, rainy day. And I am drinking a cup of coffee or a cup of hot chocolate. And I am looking into my bank account and I am so grateful that thousands and thousands of dollars are coming in. Now, what I would say is I would be so grateful that $7,512.93 came into my bank account today. And I'm going to invest that into myself so that I can get better. Now, Roya, you know me, right? You said to me in one of our sessions that I do a lot of learning. Why is that?
Why do you do a lot of learning?
Yeah. Do you think that's good or do you think that's bad?
I don't think it's good or bad, but I think it's a trait that empowers you and you have a hungry mind. And it's a part of what allows you to also feel like you're prepared and ready to take on what you want.
Help me raise someone's intuition. Let's try Tiffany. Can you help her raise her intuition in like maybe 5 minutes?
Sure.
Okay.
Where is my Tiffany? Let's see. Hi, Tiffany.
And is there a way that you could, pin her as well as Roya, myself, and you? And then unpin her.
By the way, Ken is in the waiting room messaging you, Michelle, if you can want to let him
Okay.
in. Okay.
Where the hell is the waiting room?
I don't know.
I got it. I'm going to let him in.
Tiffany. Hey, I'm going to get to know you a little more intimately. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, it's fine.
Awesome. So just like we just did for Dr. Julie, we're going to create a safe container for you to allow you to go through this process while everyone can be going through it with you. And would you all agree that you can be in awe and share what happens, but not the details of her personal story along the way? Does that sound fair? Everyone can promise that along with this to give Tiffany a safe container. Now, Tiffany, and we're going to go through an intuition exercise. Now, everybody that's watching can do this intuition exercise at the same time or at another time. I have 7 modalities that I teach to raise the intuition, 7 different modalities. So we're going to just play with one of them together today. Why would you think, Tiffany, that intuition could be a focus of why Michele put this in her presentation today? Why are we talking about intuition? Do you or anybody on this call have an idea of why that's a highlight today?
I think intuition helps us to feel like where we need to be. It's like that internal, it keeps us safe, but it also it puts us where we need to be.
Beautiful, beautiful. And just like you said, it bypasses others' logic. It bypasses the noise of everyone else, right? It's really a direct relationship between you and God, or you and the universe, whatever you decide to call God for yourself. Yeah. And what happened as modern society grew, they began to do what? Dampen our intuition. We had to get assimilated. Now, in some ways, we have to be assimilated for societal comfort. We can't go and pee everywhere we want to pee, and we can't burp loudly everywhere we want to burp loudly. And then there's the other parts of the conditioning that mute our own voices and our own knowing. And there comes a point in our lives, and we all hope we all get here. So congratulations to everyone on here, that we have to reclaim our own knowing and our own relationship. Our intuition is where God gets to speak to me. Your intuition is where God gets to speak to you. Your personal journey that no one else can hear, right? But it takes focused effort. It takes practice. And then it comes to self-trust that your intuition is real. So this is why I have 7 different modalities to rekindle that intuition, reclaim your trust, and reignite your ability to know what you decide might not be popular, but it might be right for you. Okay, it could be both, but sometimes it's not. And you have to rest in that being okay. So one of those modalities we're going to use today is with pain resistance. Okay, do you have any kind of, and if not, we're going to find one by going to a memory, but do you have any kind of pain in your body right now? If you would scan your own body, Tiffany, from head to toe, is there any place in your body that is giving you physical pain?
There is actually my sciatic nerve on my right side.
Perfect. Okay. So you guys, she just picked a spot on her body that's giving pain. Why did we ever do that? Because especially in the United States, we decide to mute the noises of our body. How many of you all have popped an Advil to get through a day? You've taken cold medicine because you've got to get to that next appointment, et cetera, et cetera. But our body is speaking to us, and we have learned to mute it. So we're going to find out today, Tiffany, why your sciatica is speaking to you. What is it trying to say that you've ignored that makes it keep going, hello, 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 and you're not listening? Can we go on that journey together?
Sure.
Okay. All right. So I'd like for you to put both your feet on the floor, just like we did with Dr. Julie, preferably with your shoes off if you can. I'd like you to actually wiggle your toes into the floor to kind of let your body know, hey, I'm here on this earth right now. Okay. And then we're going to do something a little bit different than we just did with Dr. Julie. Okay. So this is something you guys can do for yourselves. And Tiffany, you're going to get a playback. Is that right, Michele? So you don't have to worry about remembering everything that I'm doing with you.
Yes. Everybody that has joined will get this tape.
Awesome. Okay. So I lost Tiffany. She'll come back. Okay, Tiffany, can you say something so I can see your beautiful face again?
Mm-hmm.
Say anything. There you go. Beautiful. All right. Tiffany, we're going to go to a place that's just with you and me now. Okay. And we're going to just give yourself the gift of isolating your awareness to just my voice and to your body at this time. So go ahead and close your eyes. And we're going to ground you to the earth, and we're going to connect you also. Oh, Tiffany, let me ask you, do you say God? Do you say universe? What makes you feel most comfortable?
Oh, God.
God, wonderful. All right. Go ahead and close your eyes. First thing I'd like you to do is put your hand on your space on your right side where your sciatica is giving you pain. And I'd like you to close your eyes. I'd like you to feel that pain. Actually, I'd like you to lean into that pain a little bit. We're going to find out where we're starting so we know where we're going. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much pain is your sciatica giving you right now?
About an 8.
And if you were going to give your sciatica that has a pain scale of 8, a color, what color would it have right now?
Red.
And then what shape would it have?
A triangle.
Triangle, right? Awesome. Take a deep breath into that space. Do you feel like it could have any sound? And if it could you express its sound right now?
It doesn't have any sound.
No sound. Try to listen to it and see if it's moaning or groaning or yelling or crying. Or saying a word.
Saying a few words.
What's the words?
I've got a oh fuck. Shit.
Uh-huh. All right. I could feel that. All right. Awesome. Awesome. All right. So we're starting with this pain on the right side, sciatica, scale of 8, red triangle, like yelling profanities. Oh, fuck. Shit. Ugh. Okay. All right. Put your feet on the ground, and I'm going to walk you through a moment. Wiggle your toes. And now pretend as if you did know how to do this. Just pretend and follow my voice. You don't need to know anything of what you're doing. Just pretend that you do. If those of you who are watching would like to go through it with us, you can pick any pain on your body as well. You're welcome to close your eyes and you're welcome to follow along. I'm going to play a light sound in the background that kind of allows this moment to feel completely encompassed. You don't have to hear it completely. It just kind of will play in the background, okay? Can you hear this at all? This sound? Can you all hear it now?
No. Do you want the slides up as well?
Let me see it, please. I don't need it at this moment. Maybe we'll do it right afterwards, okay? Can you hear it now?
Yes.
Yeah, it's perfect. All right, as you close your eyes, can you still hear my voice well?
Yes.
Okay. As you close your eyes and take a deep intentional breath into your diaphragm, which is just at the base of your lungs, you inhale love of God and exhale any self-doubt in this process. Take one more inhale of love and exhale self-doubt in this process. You're going to imagine a root growing from the bottom of each foot at this time. A little sprout has come out from the base of each foot. And as you feel that happen, anchor your feet in your imagination even stronger onto the floor. And these roots now begin to grow through the floorboard and through the foundation of the space that you're sitting in and enters the soil of the earth. As the roots do so, they become stronger and broader and more certain. And you feel your body anchoring even more solidly to the floor. The roots grow past the roots of the trees and the flowers in this soil. And now it's entered a rocky space of the earth. And it becomes even stronger as it continues down on its journey to the core of the earth. And it enters the clay surface of the earth and bears through, growing even stronger and wider, each root still anchored to the base of each foot. And now it enters the core of the earth, where you are met, where the roots are met with a beautiful, shimmering, golden lava. This shimmering golden lava is filled with God's love, acceptance, and warmth. And as the roots enter the shimmering gold lava, two balls appear from that lava. They form and enter each root, one for each root. And as they enter each root that's attached to the base of your feet, it begins to line a coating of this golden, shimmering love filled with warmth and acceptance. And it travels up the roots, past the clay, through the rock, this golden, shimmering lava, into the rocky part of the earth and up to the soil. And as this golden ball of liquid love enters the foundation of the home of the roots that are attached to your feet, you begin to feel a sensation of warmth, tingling, and excitement at the base of your feet. And this beautiful golden love lava enters the foundation of the home or the office in which you're sitting in, and it enters up to the floorboard. And now that golden love lava begins to flood the base of your feet as you place a smile on your face, welcoming God's love entering your body. As this golden lava begins to fill your feet, it travels up your ankles, your calves, and you take almost a slight sigh of this knowing universal love that has always been for you. You welcome it past your knees and your thighs. Now there's an excitement rising in you for only the way that God's love gets to flood your body, you begin to feel it. And this golden lava fills the base of your body. It begins to enter your tummy. And as it begins to enter your tummy, you start to feel the vibration of God's love all around you. And the air that you're breathing and the oxygen you're inhaling, the feeling of the environment around you is now beginning to flood with this love. So you're feeling it on your skin as well as inside. And that golden lava traces up your belly, enters and floods your entire body cavity up to your neck, and begins to travel down your arms, this golden shimmering lava filled with God's love, warmth, and acceptance. And it travels down your arms through the base of your fingertips, and now begins to flood up your neck into your face and around your entire head. And you are now filled with golden light lava of love. Take another deep breath. And as you do so, you notice a shimmering blue, purple, iridescent light beginning to swirl and surround your heart. You take notice of this blue, shimmering, purple, iridescent light that's swirling around your heart, and you take 3 deep breaths to give it the oxygen it deserves as you begin to thank your heart. Give it gratitude, for it serves you every day of your life. It beats, therefore you live. And as you feel the gratitude for your heart and this beautiful blue light swirling, your consciousness has become aware of a white stream that comes from heaven above. From God, from the universe, this white light streams down, and it's a singular beam of the most pure white you've ever seen. And as it streams down directly from God, you feel it begin to enter the atmosphere and come directly for the top of your head. And as this white light penetrates the very top of your head, it fills the top of your head with the most brilliant white consciousness you've ever felt. It overtakes and streams down through your face, down your throat, and the white light now mixes with the blue light. And they begin to do almost a dance together. And as you breathe in this joy, you ask your body without any filter, what is my sciatica trying to tell me? And without any judgment, the very first answer that comes to your mind is the right one. Trust yourself. And when you're ready, open your eyes. You did great, Tiffany. Tell me,
Telling me to let it go.
what did your body tell you?
Let it go. Let it go.
And what is it telling you to let go of?
The stress that I'm giving myself that I don't need to.
And where does that stress come from? Why do you give it to yourself?
I think I have too many expectations for myself.
Mm. And why do you have too many expectations for yourself?
That's how I was raised. My mother was like that. My father was like that.
So before you knew who you were, you took on their pains and their insecurities as your own and built a life around it. And before they knew who they were, they took on their parents' pains and insecurities before they knew who they were. I want you to put your hand on your heart and thank it for its brilliance. Now I want you to ask your heart, if I knew what I was doing, if I really let go of the pressure I put on myself, who would I be now?
Shoot. Like I'm thinking to myself, I could be the president of the United States if I let go of all of this mess. Honestly.
How would you be?
I want to be if I just
You would
let it
feel
go.
free? So tell me in adjectives, how would you behave? What would you think like?
I would be free. I would have, there would be no limit, no limitations at all. I would let it go. I would feel calm. I would feel the peace, and not have to feel so stressed out.
Let's put your hand on that right side of the sciatica. I'd like for you to, in your mind or out loud, thank it for reminding you of who you be, for giving you that tap over and over again to tell you that who you've been living as is uncomfortable and not right for you. Go ahead and thank it in your mind or out loud.
Thank you for giving me this pain. It's a little nag. It was something I needed. I think if you didn't give it to me, I think I would keep going in this roller coaster.
Mm.
Thank you for giving me the peace. I'm going to let you go.
Mm. And now tell it who you are. I am now free.
I am now free.
I am now with no limits.
I am now with no limits.
I now live calmly.
I now live calmly.
I'm ready to release my cage.
I'm ready to release my cage.
I want you to see that sciatica, and I want you to see yourself in an actual cage with bars, please. You're in bars right now, and you have your hand on your pain. I'd like you to grab that pain out of your body with your hands now and physically put it into your hands and look at it in the triangular red color that it was. Hold it in your hands. And now look around that cage in your mind's eye. And I want you to notice there's a door. Notice there's a door and walk toward that door with the triangular red shape sciatica in your hand. And then in your left hand, reach into your pocket in your imagination and take out the key that was always there. We locked ourselves in this place, in this space that was not actually our cage. And we always have been able to release ourselves. Put the key in the lock, Tiffany. and turn it. Now breathe in God's confidence, knowing that he will guide you now, because who you were is who you needed to be up until this point. But the cage that once kept you safe now binds you from your own freedom. Are you ready to open that door? Yes or no?
Yes.
I'd like you to step through it. And as you step through it, drop the red triangle in the cage. Leave it behind in your imagination. Blow it a kiss. Thank it again. Beautiful. Now inhale love to that spot and exhale fear. Inhale confidence and exhale self-doubt. Inhale calm and exhale stress of who you thought you had to be. Now tell me, on a scale of 1 to 10, it was an 8. What is your pain level now?
Wow. Like a 2, 3.
Wow.
Oh, that's crazy. Whoa. I'm like tripping out right now.
My spirit guide is itching to come out and just say what because I'm very intuitive. I know what everyone's problem is, even myself. Tiffany, you need to not let your husband rule you. And I don't know why I'm saying that, but if he tells you he's expecting something, he needs to accept you. Okay. Let me explain something really quick. You're on a level here, your husband's here. Okay. What you guys don't understand is I'm single because I choose to be single. I don't need anyone. Do I want someone? Maybe somewhere down the line I will. Right now, I don't have the desire to want anyone because I have things in play. Okay. Roy is actually making me more aware of what I want in life a little bit quicker than the way I was projecting, like 5 to 7 years. I think it's going to come a lot sooner. Now, can you put the slides up, Em? This is like no joke. Okay. When I put something in my head, I don't stop until I do it. I don't think, I just do. It's all about gaining confidence. Okay. Being persistent. You know, when somebody says, oh, I don't like to do cold calls. Well, you're doing a cold call when you're asking your parents at 5 years old, except it's not a call. You're asking them for a Christmas present. You guys don't realize everyone has the ability to sell. You're selling yourself every day when you wake up. Some of you wake up and put makeup on, take a shower. You're selling yourself. When somebody says to you, hey, you know, I can't do a cold call, or I'm bad, or I'm too shy, or I have, you know, like, I can't do this. First of all, take can't out of the equation, because you could do anything you want to do. And it's what you want to do. It's your choice. You have a choice in life. It's like this. You have the ability, if you have a gun in your hand, okay, and you're going to shoot, it takes 2 seconds to kill someone, right? I hate to use this, but I'm using this because it was their choice to pull the trigger. Therefore, they will pay the consequences when the cops arrest them and they go to jail, because that's what happens. When you do bad things happen. When you do good things happen. Yeah, we're all going to think something negative. You have to trust your timing. Actually, you did a little bit of the meditation by grounding yourself. That's a part of meditation for those of you who don't know what it is. If you're not taking the time into yourself, how do you expect to complete all your goals? Roya, do you want to do this?
Yeah, let's do it. Won't take long. You guys, we are made mostly of water and energy. The two main ingredients of our human body is water and energy. How many of y'all already know this? I'm going to share with you a study that has swept the world, and scientists have continued to study it even deeper. And I don't know if many of us are aware of it, but when you understand the power on a microscopic scientific level, you will never again allow yourself to subconsciously shift where you actually want to be with your words. So actually, I believe there's a different slide that goes first. I apologize. I'll tell you which one it is. Just keep going, and I'll tell you that one. All right. But, yes, that one. Vibrations are in the water. Water is a remarkable liquid. I'm talking to you about this because this is you and your body. Its extraordinary properties are unique in its molecular structure. Dr. Masaru Emoto revolutionized the idea that our thoughts and intentions could impact the molecular structure of water in his New York Times bestseller, The Hidden Messages of Water. Now, I want you to see this because we've been talking today about speaking. Did you notice how we had Tiffany give love to her pain? Why did I do that? Because everything needs love. And once it has love, it's heard. And once it's heard, it doesn't have to hold on anymore. Why do we hold on? Because nobody is listening to me. Once a human gets listened to, once your cells are listened to, once the water is listened to, it doesn't have to make noise anymore. Let's go to the next slide. It should be the one of anger or the negative ones. There we go. So what they did is they did a study at a molecular level. First, they started with songs. Then they songs with like negative and positive words. Then they went into spoken word. And then guess what they did? They just put a word in front of water. Then they put it in front of frozen water in the freezer. And this is what has come up. No matter how it's presented by sound vibrations of negative or positive sounds, by what Michele was talking to earlier, she listens to different megahertz. Did you know that during the time of Adolf Hitler, they actually changed the megahertz of music by just a few degrees to tell the body to go into depression, anxiety, and sadness and fear? So if you listen to music prior to that, it's different megahertz. We have to be very conscious because our cells are actually biologically reacting. So now they did this study okay, we did it with sound. We're doing it with spoken word. We're doing it with written word. We're even doing it on frozen water. So if you're half dead and you're not moving, your water is still responding in your body. Look at what happened to the water on a molecular level with the written word in front of it, evil. And the written word in front of it, you disgust me. Now, we put people around us that tell us that we're evil, that we're wrong, that we're bad, that who we are isn't right. And then we put ourselves around ourselves to tell ourselves, I'm not enough. I'm bad. I must screw up. And our body responds. You see, energy is neither created nor destroyed. Quantum physics has proven that to be true. And if energy is neither created nor destroyed, if we don't learn how to remove emotion through and out of our body effectively, it will turn into a dysfunctional way of living or responding and or disease in our body. Let's go to the good one, the first slide that you had up. Yes. Now, if you tell yourself or someone else with feeling, I love you, thank you, look what happens at a molecular level. What I want to challenge you with is if you don't have the ability to say it to yourself yet, what if you just wrote it? What if you just wrote it for women who carry a purse and for men that wear a wallet? What if you just wrote it on a piece of paper and you put I love you, thank you on a card and you carried it with you? Do you think that if a little molecule could respond to that, maybe the molecular structure of your body would start to go in that direction too? Here's what I had to say. Why not? Does it hurt? Next slide, please. 70% of our body is water. Next slide. I believe there was yeah. So gratitude can be an impressive place to also begin. And I believe that Michele was going to highlight on that. Now that we understand what we're doing and why we're doing it, here's some how.
So I basically know why I was assaulted, because God was putting a halt to all the negativity. See, what I thought in life was so great and everything that was getting thrown down to me, that was just a tease from the devil. And I'm not religious because I really don't go to church. The last time I was in church was when my grandmother died. And that was literally May or March 31st or whatever. But the thing is that you have to be grateful and you have to look at all the good things you have in life. And the first exercise that I had you guys do was write down all your qualities, right? I had you write down your qualities and everything that you've accomplished, for the reason that whenever you feel negative, I want you to keep that physical on your phone or wherever it is. And you could look back at that and you could say, hey, yeah, you know what? I did this. Let's see. I wrote a song and I did this and I did that and I did. The reason why I'm saying that is because the stuff that I did was, or that you do is what you've accomplished, right? Write down the things now that you want to accomplish and see if it changed a little bit from the beginning of the meeting to the end. And I want you to realize that the more grateful you are for things, like I tell everyone when I'm off the phone with them, do I or do I not say, I love you? I love you, because tomorrow is never promised. We're a family. When you learn how to love unconditionally and accept people for who you are, that brings you on a different level. You understand? Because all these needs and wants that we have, they're secular in my eyes. They're not of spirit. Because if they were of spirit, obviously we would be up in heaven right now, right? Or in a higher being to those who believe in that. Now, I was raised Catholic, went through a born-again Christian phase, went through a Buddha phase. Obviously, I was always searching. And I take a little bit of everything. And when you look at all these different religions that I followed, they all believe in the higher being. So whatever you believe in, don't doubt yourself. When you get this little thing in your stomach, when you're like, oh my God, and do you ever notice that when a kid is around an adult, you could go to the next slide. When a kid is around an adult, they don't like that person. We're going to go through what Roya's going to do too, but I wanted to say this. If you have a kid that's 5 years old, 6 years old, and you're around an adult and they're scared to death of that adult, they're like a dog or a cat, I should say, that are afraid of humans. They know. You know why they know? Because they're wholesome. They're of God. They haven't really sinned yet, majorly. You understand what I'm saying? Because they don't know right from wrong. So when you're little, you are intuitive. You just don't realize your psychic muscles. And it's just like, if a kid is telling you they don't like them, you need to change your relationship with that person. You need to step back and look. Listen, there's things in life that are going to get to you, that are going to disappoint you. And I've said this before because it's something that I always do. The more you fail, the better you are, because as long as you don't quit. So when I'm playing a game, I'm playing this parking game now on my phone. If I'm on the phone waiting for someone to pick up, I'll go onto the parking thing, and then I'll get in an accident and I'll like hit the old grandmother that's coming down the thing. Well, I'm at level 1,000. I'm in the thousands right now. Like I've completed 1,000, over 1,000. I can pull the game up and show you. But the point is, I didn't quit because I didn't think about it. Now in real life, all you guys do is say, oh, I can't do this. You need to get that out of your mind. You may not be able to do it at this time. Okay, I've made tons of people. And when I say tons, I've made over 100 people famous. When you fail of the heart and you get back up on that horse and you ride it, you're going to push forward, and that heart's going to just come out and just keep growing and growing. When you learn to love unconditionally, okay, accept people for who they are, be grateful that they even came into your life, because they're in your life for a reason. There's a reason why I put up with Tanya's shit. There's a reason why I put up with JoJo's shit. They keep me going. I'm grateful for them. Lovey too. Okay. David, I'm so grateful for him because he's doing the Mupo swag for us. Jeffrey has got me hooked on this damn happy juice that I almost wish I could sleep with it. Okay.
Your boyfriend.
Yeah. It's like this though. I got off pills. I got off everything because it's my choice. You guys know what you want to do in life and where you want to be to the next level. The question is, what are you going to give up again to get you to that level? Your friends are always going to be there. If you're in a bad relationship and someone keeps stressing you out, that stress is going to hold you from getting to the next level. They're not in your chapter this time. Maybe they'll come back in 3 months when they get their shit to the same level as you. How many people have been through that? Jojo, I mean, Jojo just, I mean, shit happens. I know I can't unmute Jill because she's working and doing this, but everything I say comes true. And she knows it. And Jojo's starting to realize it. It's not because it's coming from my mind. It's coming from my spirit guide because of my realm of level where I'm at. I go to bed at night and I'm grateful that I'm going to bed. I'm grateful when I wake up. You guys all have shows and all have content. The ones that are on here, make it happen. What's holding you back? Is it your friends you're hanging out with? You need to push them away. You need to hang out with Roya. You got to hang out with people that actually are going to help you in life. Not that people that you hang out with now are not helping you, but they're holding you back from greatness. How many people agree with that and realize that after this session? Okay, so can we go to the next slide? Go ahead, Roya. Bust it out, baby.
Well, first of all, you guys, let me just tout on Michele and what she's offering. I can't imagine being someone that wants to go the direction that she can take you, of being able to grow a platform, to have your voice be louder, to be able to have someone reminding you to stay in humility and love and giving to others and society as you grow and you do that, and to have access to a woman like Michele, to have access to Michele that's done so many things that made my jaw drop on the ground. Like, what? And then to become available to help other people that aren't in this, this elite echelon, to help us, because she has such a big heart to do so, because she happens to be put in a place right now in a platform to allow that to be her vibration. And I could not be more grateful to be able to support what she's offering. And I am just a sideline to that. And the reason that we've partnered is because she's going to give you everything that you need until the point your subconscious stops you from being able to do it. And so I find this as a great parallel, not a one, this is a one-off from her. Like, you want what she's talking about, which you wouldn't be on if you didn't, then this will allow you to also help you to access the places that you were bucking your head against, right? So I have a gift for her community. It's a special link that you'll receive for Mupo's fans. It's a 30-minute free discovery session. It's a $750 value. You'll be able to apply. You have to be accepted in the application, and then you'll receive that gift. Why? Because I have to see you as being ready to be able for you to receive the gift. Are you with me? It's like I could give somebody the most wonderful sundae, but if they don't eat sugar, they're going to not eat it, not want it, right? So are we aligned at a time such as this for you to be able to enjoy the gift and get the abundance from the gift that's given to you? So we'll give you a link at the end, and it'll be a $750 value for as many people that qualify in her fan. You got
next screen. So I'm actually going to give 12 months, okay, where we're going to take a deep dive and do accountability. Obviously, we're getting a month of accountability now with me. It starts today. So I want everybody, if you can, get a pen and paper. I want you, who knows my other number, the 908 number? 908-812, I think it's 9380, if I'm not mistaken. Can someone verify that? Everybody text me their name, number, date of birth on there, because I'm gonna hold you guys accountable. And I know Stella and I already started texting. We're gonna get goals. I'm gonna teach you guys by motivating you. I'm gonna guide you right from wrong from my spirit guide, not from me, and how to invest in your time and money. Okay, so like for instance, when I say that, it's not something that's gonna happen overnight. Okay, we're gonna get a plan. We're gonna take action. We're gonna actually, I'm gonna teach you advertising tips, marketing tips. We're gonna do lives. We're gonna hit you up to like become an influencer status and gain confidence. Okay, next slide. The other thing we're gonna do is with a bonus is obviously we get a 30-minute call with me already. We'll do another 30-minute call just in case you guys change your mind. We're going to go live on either an Instagram or Facebook, and we could also go live on Twitter too, because I have like 350,000 people on Twitter. So we could pick one. And then also, I know some of you guys have shows. I already did an interview with Jeffrey, but you have an option. Get a chance to interview me exclusively on your show. And believe me, I don't do anything because I charge money for everything now because Roya got me back to being fuchsia. So I wasn't planning on doing this. So it's a value of $25,000. We're going to do it for $59.97 a month. Or if you want to pay, you'll save money if you pay for it in full at $5.99. Now, if you're doing it $59.97 a month, what that's going to do is you're going to get billed. It's not going to automatically do it because I'm not going to push people to something where they feel like they start something and then quit, because obviously everyone's time is different. And this is for people that is serious. I'd rather, hey, if all of yous come on, that's great. But if not, the smaller it is, as they're becoming famous and getting their shit together and happening, we're going to make it happen. And then you'll be coming on and the price will be probably more expensive because then we'll be able to do that. This is just an introductory offer. And I didn't want to do it, but Ken kind of told me, and Roya, you said I should do something too. And for those of you who don't realize the goal, now keep in mind, if you guys do what I tell you to do, but we're going to make shit happen. So if it's something you want to do, we'll do it.
I'm ready. What an honor.